So in this particular lesson, we would be discussing the utility of modern Indian history from UPSC Civil Services examination point of view. What is the relevance of modern Indian history? And in this particular course, what all we would be covering. We would be looking at both the dimensions. You can read something about me in this particular slide. Now, as far as modern Indian history is concerned, it has a four-pronged utility. Basically, the questions are asked in the prelims examination, in GS mains paper 1, in essay examination as well as in interview. Right, so it has a four-pronged utility. First of all, if we talk about prelims examination, then of lately, UPSC has been increasing the weightage of modern Indian history in the prelims examination. If you would have seen the paper of prelims 2018, then very tedious and very unconventional questions were asked from modern Indian history. Though some of them were directly factual based questions, but majority of the questions were analytical based, and you can only solve them using your own analysis if you would have read history analytically. Right. Now, as far as this course is concerned, so in this course, I would be covering entire history from 1600 till 1947. Usually in the books, it is from 1857 that history is given. So, I would be covering these 257 years extra. I would be starting the history from 1600, the Mughal era, decline of Mughals. We would also be discussing about advent of Europeans, Carnatic War, rise of the Britishers in different parts of India, conflict of European powers, conflict of Mughals and Britishers, rise of Britishers, national movement, different political, economic and social aspects, the socio-religious reform movement, militancy, Subhash Chandra Bose. All these are the issues that we would be discussing in detail. To get a glimpse of the structure, you can visit plus.unacademy.com to check the detailed timetable of this particular course, in which I have listed all the topics that we would be covering as a part of this particular course. Now, if we talk about the mains examination, then at the mains stage, modern Indian history is asked in two ways. First is in GS mains paper 1. Right. Now, as far as mains paper 1 is concerned, it requires facts as well as analysis. Right? You cannot only focus upon facts. You cannot only focus upon analysis. You require both facts as well as analysis. And so, we would be focusing on both of them as a part of this course. Let us consider a mock question. What, in your opinion, were the positive steps taken by the British to modernize India? Now, this is a very unconventional question that was asked in mains 2005. Till now, we have only seen that why British rule was negative for India. But this question asked in mains 2005, it focuses upon the positive steps taken by the British to modernize India. It is asking the candidate to actually praise the Britishers. Right? So this is how UPSC can turn and twist the question. They can sometimes ask the positive aspect. They can sometimes ask the negative aspect. So you need to have a balanced opinion about everything. You need to have a balanced analysis. For example, if we talk about the non-cooperation movement of Mahatma Gandhi, then you need to understand the positive aspect as well as you need to understand the negative aspect, that when it was withdrawn in 1922 after Chauri Chaura, what were the implications of that decision? Right? What were the loopholes of non-cooperation? So we need to understand all these things in detail, so that we can have a balanced view and we can handle any kind of question in the mains examination. Now, if we come to essay paper, then as far as essay is concerned, you have to write it in 1500 words. You basically get 2 essays, right? Now, usually essays are asked about education, status of women, governance, civil services, communalism, caste system, economy. These are some of the topics that are the favorite topics of UPSC. If you would see the past papers, then a lot of questions have appeared from these areas. Right? Now, if you want to write a good essay, then, for example, if we talk about education or if we talk about caste system, Then we need a historical context for that. As you know, in the mains examination, we first have to write the intro, then the body, and then the conclusion. So if you are writing the intro part, you can make the intro part strong by drawing the parallels from history, that okay, during the time of Britishers, the status of women was so and so. During the time of Britishers, economy was facing these and these crises. During the time of Britishers, the education was so and so. Civil services was so and so. Governance was like this. Right. Once you have mentioned the historical context, after that, you can build upon it and you can draw the inferences, you can write the contemporary scenario and you can compare it. Right. Also, as far as interview is concerned, let us say you are having a discussion with examiner on any issue. Then you may use the historical context that okay, during the time of Britishers, the Dalits were severely oppressed. B.R. Ambedkar started different movements, different organizations. Let us say if you are asked question about B.R. Ambedkar or anything, because interview is totally unpredictable and anything from the syllabus can be asked. So this in-depth analysis of this course, it would really help you to get a gist of the subject. So as far as this course is concerned, there would be zero focus on rote learning. If you would connect with the previous learners of this course, you would come to know that I never focus upon rote learning. Even if you are watching my free lessons on Unacademy, you would be knowing that I always try to provide logic for everything. I always try to provide analytics for everything without any focus upon rote learning. Also, even though it is history, but I would be focusing significantly upon map-based learning. For example, if Britishers are rising, let us say they are rising in Bengal, they are rising in Mysore, they are rising in Maharashtra, they are rising in Afghanistan, they are rising in Sindh, they are rising in Delhi. How this is taking place, what is the pattern? We would be analyzing these things using maps. Everything would be done on the basis of maps. Everything would be done using maps. Right? So that you can get to know about the location and you can use that in the mains examination. Also, as a part of this course, we would be discussing the previous year questions, both the prelims as well as the mains based questions, and you don't need to make any kind of notes. I would be providing you with all the PDFs, right? You don't need to write anything. All the PDFs would be provided to you. As far as the sources of this course are concerned, so in this particular course, I'll be referring to different sources such as Bipin Chandra, Shekhar Bandyopadhyay, B.L. Grover, spectrums, and also I'll be referring to some IGNOU material. So you would get the gist of all these materials at one place so that you don't have to read these sources, right? We would be having an in-depth analysis of all these sources so that you can understand entire modern history in a holistic manner. The next question is, why Unacademy Plus? How Unacademy Plus can actually help you to grow, to actually strengthen your preparation. As far as Unacademy Plus is concerned, so we would be having live streaming of the classes. If you miss any class, you don't need to worry about it at all because you would be provided with the recordings. Even at 2 in the night, even at 6 in the morning, even after 6 months, 7 months, 1 year, you can watch those videos n number of times. You would be given the access to the videos and you can watch them any number of times. We would be having the weekly doubt solving sessions. We would be having direct communication with the educator. You can directly communicate with me. We would be developing the mechanism. We would have a dedicated discussion forum on Facebook so that you can communicate with me. Also, we would be having weekly quizzes and one mega quiz at the end of the course that would be exactly based upon the pattern of UPSC, right? So these are some of the features of Unacademy Plus that really makes it stand out and it can help you to strengthen your preparation. So this is it from this lesson. I hope all the components, all the aspects of the course are clear to you. If you have any doubt, you can just write to us at help@unacademy.com, or you can follow me on my Unacademy profile and you can mention your doubts in the comment section. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. So do visit plus.unacademy.com to check the details of this course and download the Unacademy app from the Play Store and the App Store and follow me there. Thank you very much. Hope to see you soon in the class.